Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Very Sky Rita Lee. So I gotta welcome you all to a Memorial Day edition. So I got a couple things to share with you. First of all, I was talking to some people this morning. I wish them a happy Memorial's Day, and I got a lot of information, a lot of topics to talk with you about. Also, will be updating spreadsheets again, but this time it's a different story. I got to go through and find out what needs to be done. But let's talk first about the stimulus checks. Now, as everyone knows, some people will be getting paid their stimulus checks on the 27th. I understand that Minnesota is supposed to be getting his. I know someone else said they're supposed to be getting theirs on the 29th. I know someone else saying January 1st. So, all these people are looking at it from a good point of view. So, can you believe today is the 25th? I can't. So, we're getting close to all the stimulus checks being mailed out for SSI, SSDI retirement survivors, and disability insurance. There you go. Sorry, I've been a little slow this morning. I've been working on some stuff. So, for some of you out there, that's one of the updates I have on the stimulus is everyone's going to be getting it. Check the IRS portal. It's updated daily now, and the IRS portal is literally working. I checked. Someone asked me about payments the other day, and I literally checked. Actually, I was kind of shocked, too. So, anyways. So, couple updates for you on the pandemic. As you know, to keep everyone from anyways, hold on. So moderator Pee Wee just emailed me. I'm gonna say cool. We'll watch it later live right now. Just got up. So have a blessed Monday. So basically, a couple pandemic information that's very important to me. Okay, that's why I keep you guys up to date on news. Now, for some of you out there, people sit there and say, "Oh, well, it's whatever, it's whatever." Well, with all the Memorial Day lack of security, as I would call it, not lack of empathy, I would say lack of security. We're having a major, major crisis. You can sit there and say, "Oh, well, what's the major crisis?" Well, report came out recently. Hello, Boon Boon. Good morning. Well, all right. So the report came out this morning, basically saying about if you look at all employees of Walmarts and grocery stores, right? Grocery stores nationwide, they're saying that there's like 40,000 grocery stores nationwide or something. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyways, let's just go with the real numbers, okay? So basically, let's just cut the BS on this, that, and the other. So basically what's going on is the government turns around and is saying, well, it's mandatory that we as in people turn around, right? Sorry, I'm actually Googling something while talking with you, not trying to be distracted. And said about 11,000 members out of 1.7, well, almost 1.75 of a million people. 1.75, so that's almost 2 million people. So 11,000 people got infected, and they're saying approximately a lot of grocery store workers, I'm sorry to say, frontline defenses that can't stay home because of the grocery store pandemic. A lot of them are getting infected, whether they're wearing masks, whether they're wearing clothes, whatever, they're being infected to no end. And the reason they're being infected is because these people are clearly being, they're basically being infected. Now, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, and you guys know this, I love all you guys. Literally, I do. And because of it, I'm talking about the genetics here of the infection rate. Now, if grocery stores around the country are actually getting infected, then there's a problem, because of it. Literally, you got to ask yourself, do you feel safe going into a grocery store? On other news, the headlines this morning on the news articles, one of the news articles that came out today, let me grab it for you. I'm just pulling up the headline. They're talking about a second wave coming in fall. They're already talking about a second spike or wave, which means we're unprepared, which means the president is just going to go steamroll ahead until things happen, and, it's going to be, you know, so, I wanted to share that, because one of the news articles that we just watched, and that is, that see, lessons from the 1918 flu pandemic, deadly second wave. I read that this morning, but I read an article this morning that talked about basically, besides grocery stores severely being problematic, it was talking about how the World Health Organization said we're going to be hitting worse. And that means we're in the second wave, is what it said. And the second wave, I'm just trying to find it for you. The second wave is not good. And then on top of this whole pandemic, we're talking about brink of war with China. Cold War. I mean, literally, we have to look at the bigger picture, I mean, the article I read was basically very scary at the fact that the American people are basically not listening, and China and the World Health Organization said this thing's gonna spike, and yet no one cares. Literally, no one literally cares, and that is where it gets very scared. Scary. I mean, yeah. I mean, literally, it's not cool. I mean, in my opinion, it's literally scaring everyone around here that we as in people, I'm trying to find that article again. Basically it was talking about a second wave, and the second wave is not cool, And that's something I wanted to share with you because the second wave is pretty bad. I mean, literally, let's just cut the BS and just talk about it. I mean, they're talking that we are in a second wave, literally. and you know, and you know, it's not good. You know, let me see if I can find it. Anyway, so basically, it's not good. There we go. Here we go. So we're almost at 100,000 dead, and yet they're still forcing, um, you know, on that aspect, Okay, so gym reopens, restrictions. Yeah, they lift the restriction we're going to have. So basically, little dog, that's cute, little doggy. Anyways, one of the articles, like you said, was talking about um, so another news is the governor of California is trying to make it uh, feel people safer by having mail-in ballot, and the Republicans decide again to sue. Why can't the Republicans be blamed for not doing enough? I mean, literally, they want to freaking sit there and blame everything from everything else when it's I mean, literally, they're reopening, and this is gonna spike. I mean, I've talked to I've talked to a lot of people, who stated that they're afraid to even go out. And that's why we're doing a pandemic setup of videos. I mean, I don't want my own people, to turn around, right? And end up getting literally sick, from um all this stuff. So So yeah, I mean, literally, if you're looking at the big picture, it's it's not cool, you know. I just don't know, you know. Uh, so basically, like I said, the pandemic's doing really a number, and the World Health Organization said we are already in a second wave, and it's going to get worse. And I've said this. Now, you guys are probably wondering about what's this about beef shortage? Well, I have a few ideas to share with you, and let's just say it is not good. And the reason I say it's not good is the fact that is um is well, that people have contacted me, right? There is a beef shortage. That is true. Fortunately, it is worse than I thought when it comes to some people and their beef, you know. So so basically people sit there and they ask me, "Oh, well, you know, what's this and how come it's that and how come it's this, you know, and why is this and why is that?" And well, so to me, it's complicated, you know. It is literally complicated. So basically, because the beef shortage, basically, what's going on with the beef shortage before we go into, you know, oh, well, what about my beef shortage? You know, basically, what's happening is if you're looking for places that sell like steaks, okay, and other meats, they have processing plants around the country that basically turn around, and what they do is they turn around and they basically buy beef, okay, and they sell beef, and what you're getting is like steaks and stuff, right? You can go to certain websites that do steaks, but if you want a whole cow or a quarter cow or half a cow or three quarters of a cow, you can't get it due to the fact that everyone around in the country currently is literally in a severe pandemic, which means that mind you, they mind you, are turning around, and what they're doing is they are selling their cows. Now, when the pandemic started, people said, oh, not to worry. Some of them sold their cows. And then when the meat plant factories had some problems, people started not getting the cows to market. So what did the farmers do? They turned around and decided to go ahead and basically sell to the population that could afford beef. And because of it, population is basically selling the beef. So what you're dealing with is a person who's basically logically goes online, right, and says, yeah, I need some beef. They turn around and say, well, we have some steaks. You turn around and say, well, do you have anything else? They turn around and say, no, nothing until October, November. Well, there's other people out there, you know. No, cows are cows are cows, but still. So what's that tell you? It tells you that too many people out there want their cows and can't get it due to the fact that the American people mm-hmm, the American people is being resilient by finding your own way to survive, you know. And because of it, so basically the farmers found a way to sell their beef. People started getting into like a beef type thing where they put in X amount of money and they would get their beef that way, you know. And because of it, it works pretty good. So So basically, the marketplace basically is having a lot of problems with with the cows, and so people are literally in a panic to rush to buy meat, and they're not realizing that the farmers came out with a great idea for buying um, cow. So basically, what they're doing is they turned around and they're buying cows by making deals with the you know. So basically, that's something I wanted to share with you all, that the beef, basically the beef shortage is because the farmers are basically out of stock because they've been selling it to their local people and delivering it to local people. Sometimes it's um to other things. And so because of it, the American people need to know why the meat is being shafted. And so that's something that I wanted to share with you all. If you didn't have any of the knowledge, is because the fact of the matter is that the 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 cow shortage is because that we have a problem with. I've been meaning to check on some. Did I actually have two spreadsheets up or one? I remember last night I was talking about. Okay, so hold on a second, I'm just checking. Yeah, all right, so they're all done. That's what I thought. Cool. So anyways, basically what's happening is that the 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 cow shortage is because the farmers are uh handling too many people right now requesting beef, which is a crying shame because everyone's trying to go through organic, and a lot of people are doing whatever and so forth and so on, and so it is not cool. So And so basically what's happening, like I said, is the beef companies, because they can't get their cattle to the slaughterhouse, they're selling it. What they're doing is they're helping out disinfect the smaller slaughterhouses that are USDA approved, and they're helping get their meat to market, whether it be farmers market, online consumers, etc. And going from there. And a lot of people also said that their buffalo and elk farms are is the same thing, is and so that is not good. And so a lot of people need to go to my shopping cart later, edit it. But anyway, so basically that's what's going on with the meat shortage right now. Basically, the meat shortage is because of that. And then the other problem, like I said, is it's coming out that, like I said, that grocery stores are one of the affecting hot points of this virus. So that is why I stated that I was going to go and stay in my house, And I know I'm getting stir crazy myself, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I figured we, as in humans, can deal with it, And so that is why I wanted to talk to you about that, because they're talking about if malls open up, same thing will happen too. Malls will be a hotbed, and bars will be a hotbed, and people can't control themselves when they're drinking or partying or whatever. If they want to have a barbecue, they have a barbecue. And again, the same thing is happening. So you know how that is. So, as you all know, tonight's my time with my father-in-law. So, I will be doing that too, but I decided I would come on and talk to you about what's going on with, the, the, the virus, because this is, pretty big, and because it's Memorial Day, a lot of people are partying and not giving a damn, and it was like Mark said, yesterday that some people are wearing masks, some aren't, and the ones that aren't, well, you got to be careful, and that's why I'm here to talk to you about being careful. Because as you all know, I am being careful. Because I don't want to see any of you sick. And so you guys are probably wondering what tomorrow's plan is. And I always tell you, because tomorrow's plan is waiting for packages to come in. So that's something I wanted to share with you too. But yeah, basically what's happening is the American people are literally scared, and they have a right to, and the other thing is, if the American people feel unsafe about going to the voting ballot because they might have to wait in line at 6 feet apart, then it's only natural to have it being mailed. And I frankly think that that's something that needs to be done as well. And so, that is one reason why I'm here, to talk about what's going on, because frankly, it needs to be, addressed. And I, for one, think it's time to address it. And so, like I said, tomorrow I will be doing um, more spreadsheets, but I'm hoping for a um, better a better um, day tomorrow with comments, because everyone, should give me their, opinions, etc., etc. So, and so yeah, the beef shortage is a problematic problem due to the fact that the beef shortage is a shortage due to the fact, that the farmers are actually finding different ways to sell their beef and their pork and their chicken to the consumers and farmers markets and so forth, so they don't lose money. So they're doing whatever they can, when they can, and how they can. So, and that is something that I wanted to share with you all on that aspect. They're doing what they can um, to survive, and then there's the other problem. Again, people are sitting there asking me what to do about the pandemic. Well, the pandemic is pretty bad. Hey, Mop, you still look a little wet. Today we have rain, by the way, so, but anyways, so we got packages due in this coming week, and packages due in next week. And we're basically trying to make sure that we keep and maintain um, safety. So we got stuff coming from Portland again. So, you know, so 7 packages due in by the 2nd, which, again, Amazon encourages you not to order unless you truly uh, need products because of the issues. And again, we are all suffering, So, now I know I did some research this morning, like I said, a little bit this morning before bed about um, products for you all. Someone asked me legitimately about um, um, the items that they asked me about were those emergency food buckets. Apparently, for the price, unless you are going camping, the emergency food buckets is something that people um, don't recommend. And so, and as you all know, every time I get on, people ask me all the time about where to find toilet paper. And again, toilet paper is something that is highly hard to get a hold of. That's another thing. The toilet paper is being, because people are at home, mothers are taking care of their kids, fathers taking care of their kids, grandparents taking care of their kids. Toilet paper is scarce. And that includes canned goods too. On the grounds that canned goods are things that parents will be using to make sure that they have supplies. So technically, because of it, the one website I go through every day to make sure you all have toilet paper is completely and thoroughly sold out. So before you sit there and say, "Oh yeah, but my toilet paper is I can't find it." Well, as my cousin-in-law Dinky said, I'm one of these people that I go through what I can, when I can, and how I can. So that's another story. That trying to find toilet paper is hard to find because of that and paper towels. Now, do you want long-term emergency camping food, or do you want emergency food? I did an experiment, and we got 90 cans of food, canned goods, that would feed you more bigger, and your belly would be a lot happier than buying anything that's food related in those little buckets. So those little buckets are different from the non-buckets. So to me, you got to look at the big picture on the uh, on the foods, food sources. So Chloe and I were working to look at other options, and that's what we are working on right now, because everyone is literally worried about that. So people say, on that aspect, I want to thank Pee Wee for giving us some information, and I will watch the video um, uh, Pee Wee gave me. It's basically about second stimulus. Now, as I said, there is a second stimulus. The second stimulus will be between signed into law probably mid-June to early July, if then. Personally, I'd like to see how it plays out, So, on that aspect. So, you know how it goes. Now, I do want to say the IRS portal is working. And I can clearly state also that if you put your name in it, people have been asking me, is it accurate? Well, if a date comes up for when your stimulus is coming, then you as in a person should be literally happy about it, because frankly, that's the way to go. And so to me, I wanted to share that with you all, because it is a good thing. And so, just be patient. There's a lot of people out there that think the government doesn't care, and they don't, but they're delaying things so that everything can trickle out. I'm figuring that by June there might be $300 or $400 billion left to trickle into the to the people. Now, the other problem is the economy needs more money to stimulate, and the only ones that are getting stimulated is Walmart, Target, and Amazon. So those are the three major numbers, and a lot of people are using Target for supplies because they can't get any supplies at Walmart because Walmart's uh, 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 warehouse is empty, and two is Walmart's also got some problems with people dying of the COVID-19 coronavirus. Chloe ain't here, thank God. And so because the virus is pretty bad. And so to me, I think, looking at the big picture, we all need to look at the big picture, And to do that, we as in people need to realize that, some people, I've read reports, again, pandemic related, that the American people are complaining the fact that some people are literally dying from this pandemic. And then when people talk about it, Walmart employees, Target employees, they're being fired for it. So they're not getting unemployment. They're basically being fired because the company is turning around, and what they're doing is they're watching their company fire people for talking about coworkers being killed. And because of it, it is basically getting really, really disgusting that people out there are dying, and American people are entitled to know if it's safe to go to their grocery store. So that's something I wanted to share with you all. As you all know, I'm a big fan of transparency. And transparency is the way it is, then we need to know what to do, because of it. So we all are in this together. This isn't just about corporate cover-ups and corporate hidings. It's about a lot. Therefore, the American people need to realize that it is not cool. So, when we go make some coffee, I'll continue. Hello, Chloe. Bobby, your boyfriend wants to be done.
I got a soap for soap and using more things than those noodles.
Good.
Yeah, the big gallons are about to expire.
No, well, it's good that you did this. Thank you. So I sent Chloe today to get some milk for a couple days so we don't have to go out. Mm-hmm. So basically, thank you, Chloe. So basically, like I said to you all, the problem is there we go. So basically, like I said, you got to look at the big picture, and the big picture is the news is everyone's friend. So if you read the news, you'll understand the news is your friend. Because the news will tell you what's going on. And frankly, that is something that I wanted to share with you all, is the news is your friend, you know. So don't be afraid to read the news. Don't be afraid to watch the news. Don't be afraid subscribe to newspapers, etc. Because the news will help you out immensely. Because the news is your friend. And everyone needs to be up to date on the pandemic without going on YouTube, for it. So that is something I also wanted to say because, as long as you keep an eye on the news and so forth, you should be fine. Now, there is people out there that think that we should be getting $2 or $3 grand a month until the pandemic's over. Unfortunately, the government doesn't want that. The government literally wants you all to go back to work. And so that is why they are doing what they're doing. So that is why I keep telling you all to do what you have to survive. So it is not good, but it'll get better in time. So once these projects are done that I'm doing, I will be logging off and putting in a movie. But I figured I would come here and tell you, that you guys just need to have faith. Eventually, things will get better. And so I'm hoping you all get everything done. I would love to hear from people if you guys work at Walmart or a grocery store to let me know what's going on. because it is pretty damn big, So anyways, I wish I had more information for you, but I don't. I mean, literally what we're dealing with, like I said, is, if you want to know your stimulus information, check the IRS portal. If it's not updated, that's because they're still processing your information. So I highly recommend that you all be patient. And it'll get better in time. And I hope this information finds you well, because, it's Memorial Day. Just stay safe, and be happy and do what you have to, but try to protect yourself, because everyone does. And then we're good to go, right? So that's what's going on right now. You just got to be patient and happy and so forth and so on. And that's how the cookie crumbles when it comes to the news, basically, we all have to focus, on the big picture. And that big picture is our safety, We're not protecting our safety. Whoops. There. So basically, we all gotta pull together right now. And so I hope, that we have more information. As you all know, today's the 25th. So we have 7 days left, which reminds me, because I always pull up news. Let's see what's going on in my part of the world. So let's go to the Seattle Times. Part of my news article is to post updates, So let's see what's going on. Fan really removes everything. Portland had an outbreak of coronavirus in their Veterans Hospital next to OHSU. So the United Nations pauses its quinine testing. People are now wearing hazmat suits on planes. Wealthiest hospital, including Providence Health System, got billions in bailouts. Trump administration vows a new report to distribute 100 million swabs by the 2 states by the end of the year. 100 million swabs ain't going to do jack shit by December 31st. The virus spikes. Remember what I said in the news about the virus spiking. If the virus spikes and we have 340 million people and it spikes wholeheartedly with 100,000 a day, and testing swabs ain't going to do jack diddly poo because, frankly, testing swabs ain't going to work. What they need to do, So basically, how is it going to hotels temporary repurpose or safe to go out to eat? It's not safe to go out to eat, in my opinion. It's more safe to stay in and to not go out to eat. A lot of people are, going out to eat, and, in my opinion, it is not safe. And I think, again, it's all up to how safe you feel. Me, I don't feel safe going out. So to me, I feel safe staying in. So that is why I say, what I say. Because I don't feel safe at all. And that's because of the pandemic, So, in my opinion, should we worry? Maybe. Maybe not. But still. The only time I go outside is to drop stuff in the local mailbox. So, that said, everyone, like I said, it seems, that people need to realize that, they got to use their own judgment. I keep telling Chloe, use your own judgment on a lot of things. So, literally. And Chloe has enough trust in me with things that I'm using judgment to. And so, use your judgment, stay safe, and it's not going to be easy until we get through all this. So, anyways, I hope you all are having a great and safe Memorial Day weekend. Not doing anything stupid. I know a lot of people wanted a Memorial Day party due to the fact that they felt unsafe, going outside, and some of them, they wanted to get out because they're stir crazy. Like I said, if you're stir crazy, make sure to just be safe. Take precautions. If you don't, and you think this virus is done, you're going to go out and do all this shit, you end up sick, well, just remember, I warned all of you, and I just want to make sure everyone is healthy, and goes from there, you know. Great. Don't save. Sometimes I even have an error in my programming or a bug. There we go. So anyways, with that said, everyone, I hope you guys have a great day. So be safe, be happy, and I, for one, want to say God bless you, and everything you do, and I will check in with you all later. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. You got my email address. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. It's wholesome fun even for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, and your service dogs. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching, and God bless you and everything you do.